I'm Stevie Saturn. Welcome to Reading with Stevie. Today I'm going to be reading Stacey's Extraordinary Words. And yes, I did it.
Hi, I'm Stevie Saturn. That's my stage name. This show is about reading. I'll read every book I have. I hope you don't get bored with those. Oh, I'm okay. Okay, I'm fine.
Stacey loved words. She loved to read and write and say them. She adored fun words, long words, unusual words, words with wonderful histories, and weird combinations. Whenever Stacey learned a new word, it was like making a new friend. First, she would find the dictionary, then she would look up where the word had come from and learn its sequence. Did any of its letters hide and stay quiet, like the P in I can't pronounce this. It's hard. People literally, who? Can somebody help me pronounce this word? It's spelled P-T-A-R-M-I-G-A-N. Tell me down in the comments. I think it's pronounced ptarmigan because the P is silent. And it's a bird that lives in the cold northern regions, or where they strong like the eye in bright. That's not a long word. I literally can pronounce coraphobia. Next, she wrote the word in her special notebook of extraordinary words. She practiced how to arrange the letters just right, how to sound them out. That's because she loved spelling interesting words most of all. Oh yeah, by the way, at the bottom of the page, it shows the word, it shows some words. Wait, what's this word again? Okay, so it's spelled choreography.
Oh, okay. Choreography. It's literally in the notebook. And with her favorite words, she would try to remember their quirks, what made them special. Like when she saw the super long word like onomatopoeia, which, by the way, I learned that word at school. It's pronounced onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia. It means the sound. I actually learned at school that it's just the sound of a word. When she saw the super long word like onomatopoeia, a funny word to describe the sounds of other words, she had to jump and sway. Words like duckling made her grin. Persnickety tickled her tongue. I didn't even know how to pronounce that word, so I just pretended I knew how to say it. Sometimes Stacey thought words would understood better than people did. When she sat by herself during recess, they never teased her about being quiet, or being clumsy when she felt, or awkward when the joke in her head came out wrong. When she read books under the covers, words never told her to go to sleep. Words understood why she was grumpy or anxious. In fact, words helped her explain what she was feeling, only to herself. One day, Stacey's teacher, Miss Blinksky, asked her to wait after class. She screamed in her seat because she was afraid, petrified. Another way to say really, 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 really afraid. Usually, the teacher only kept the student after class because of a blunder, a mistake. The teacher called Stacey to her desk, and she returned her spelling test. A big red thick 100 sat on top of the page. The teacher asked her, Do you know what a spelling bee is? A really smart insect? Stacie joked. The teacher smiled. A spelling bee is a contest where students compete to spell as many words correctly as they can. I would like for you to participate. Stacie couldn't believe it. Who else will be there? I'm nominating you and Jake. The spelling bee is next week. Stacie's excitement suddenly evaporated. Jake was not her friend. He was a bully who knew words too. Just yesterday, he had used a complicated word that made Suki cry. Last week, she heard him say something cruel to Zivko about his accent. Stacie thought it was stupendous that Zivko knew words in 2 different languages. Stacie knew as many words as Jake did. She wanted to say something when he said mean things to her friends, but she was intimidated, scared, because sometimes he said hurtful things to her too. She wished she had used her clever words to help Suki or Zivko, or herself by speaking up. Perhaps at the spelling bee, she would never be braver. All week long, Stacie studied her spelling words from school and the ones she kept in her notebook. Still, the spelling bee felt as far away as the longest word she had ever seen. Sesquipedalian, a fancy way to describe words with a lot of syllables. And that's its definition and the word. It has a lot of syllables. Monotonous, tutorious, and sluggish. Every hour felt longer and longer. Stacie wished for the week to whisk its days away. Finally, the morning of the spelling bee had arrived. Stacie walked into the county library with her mother, holding her hand tight. Mama gave her a big hug and whispered into her ear, "Just do your best. Your dad and I are very proud of you." And I know you can hear it. Everybody in there, everybody who's watching me are either on computer, iPad, or phone, or TV.
I know you can see me.
Stacie followed her teacher to the room where the other students waited until it was time to go. Then they went onto a stage. The announcer explained the rules. Kids stepped on to the microphone one by one to get their word. If they spelled it right, the announcer told them so. But if they made a mistake, a bell would ring. Ding! The student would have to leave the stage. No do-overs. Stacie's turn finally came. Her stomach ached with nervous energy, but she was ready. Say the word dither. Sound it out. Dither. Spell it. D-I-T-H-E-R. That's correct. The announcer called on the next student and the next. Promptly, enormous, shutter, transportation, craggy, reception, and village. Finally, only 3 contestants remained. Stacie, Jake, and the girl from another school. The girl went up to spell her word. Ding! She spelled chocolate without a second O. I said it chocolate because that's how it's pronounced in reality. We are down to 2 final contestants, the announcer told the audience. Jake took a long time to spell accept. Stacie got squeezed, but remembered the lost letters she adored, like Q and Z. Jake tackled clambering, while Stacie conquered disengage. Then Jake defeated geometry. Stacie returned to the podium to do the battle with her next word. She repeated it, she pronounced it, she spelled it. INSTANT. Taneous. But the E was replaced with an I. So, instantaneous. Ding! As she waited for the announcer, the bell dinged. I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The proper spelling is, Stacie couldn't hear the rest of what he said. Tears filled her eyes. But she stayed on stage like a good sport as Jake got his trophy and she received her second place ribbon. Everyone congratulated Jake, and so did she. Good job, Jake laughed and rolled his eyes. At least you know the difference between I know the difference between an I and an E. Stacie felt embarrassed. She refused to let Jake make her cry. Well, I misspelled my word, but I do know how to be courteous.
You should try it.
Okay, now time to finish reading. Stacie turned away and went to find her mom. If today were like one of the stories Stacie loved the most, she would have won. And Jake would have learned that words were a gift that shouldn't be used to hurt people. But things didn't always happen that way in real life. Sometimes change was harder and it didn't happen right away. Stacie felt a hand brush at her cheek. It opened her fist and smoothed out the ribbon. Mama? She put a butterscotch candy on top. Stacie's favorite kind. Are you okay? I lost. But you came so far, nearly to the very end. Not far enough. I got the letter wrong and I didn't win. I failed. You only fail if you stop. Her mother reminded her. I know there's a word for that. And you know it too. Stacie thought about one of her favorite words. Perseverance. Perseverance. Exactly. So let's go home and learn more words. There's always next year. Stacie imagined all the words she had yet to meet. New words and new ways to speak up and help others. She'd find them all. No, Mama. There's always tomorrow. She won first in one, and then she went to college. Then I think she's being elected as the president. I don't know. The end. So, thank you for watching my show. I hope you liked the video. Press the thumbs up button if you liked it. Press the thumbs down button if you didn't. Subscribe if you want more. By the way, it's still raining. After all this time, it's still raining. I wonder how long it's gonna go on for. And I hope the pool doesn't flood. Read every day. Read anywhere. Read in your pool. Read in the rain. With a waterproof book. This book was called Stacie's Extraordinary Words. If you got rid of extraordinary and you put stupendous, that would be a whole different word. And it would have made more sense. Oh yeah, by the way, the author, I believe this was kind of her life story, but still, the author is Stacey Abrams. The illustrator is Kit Thomas. I think she's on the front and on the back. This is real life, and this is illustration. And whatever, and writing, basically whatever. But still, I'm going to shoot the balloon off of it. And if it moves the balloon, I'm going to be happy. If it doesn't move the balloon, I'm going to be mad. Yay. Oh yeah, you're next. Bye. Have a great time.